All right, so my topic was case number 38. Paychex Inc. sees a bigger payoff in First Investor Relations Day. Summary. In 1971, a company named by the name of Paychex Inc. was founded by B. Thomas Golisano and was headquartered in Rochester, New York. As of 2012, the company was worth $2.2 billion. In 1983, Paychex went public on the NASDAQ, which was good for its own employees as they received company shares as part of the compensation when the company was privately held. The company always practiced transparent communications and responded to calls readily. The focus was to run the company and to run it well, which left little time for proactively targeting new institutional investors. In 2011, Martin Mucci was the CEO for 1 year, and Efrain Rivera just joined the company as the CFO. However, shortly after they took over, the company was facing new challenges due to the poor U.S. economy and tight borrowing restrictions. The price of the company's shares had fallen in value, and what was once considered a growth company was now faced with repositioning itself as a value investment, which left investors questioning the company. Paychex needed to do something to save their company and gain the trust back in their investors. In January 2012, Mucci and Rivera decided to host their first Investors Day. These are common practices in proactive investor relations programs. The goal of Investors Day was to achieve several investor relations objectives, including several new members of Mucci's senior management team, communicating a new investor story, and showcasing the technology investments and product innovations made. A pre and post Investor Day audit was conducted and sent out to attendees of Investors Day. The pre-Investor Day audit was offered to ensure honesty and candor. Also, it was sent out to see if people would be interested in attending the first ever Investor Day. The post-Investor Day audit was sent out to attendees regarding the overall impressions of the event, presentation content, and logistics. Paychex and their ability to host an Investor Day turned out to be a huge success for the company and ushered in more proactive investor relations effort for the company. On July 18th, midway through the presentations, the share price of Paychex reached a new 52-week trading high. PR plan. The PR objective for Paychex was to put their name back on the map. In 2011, they were facing difficulties with the U.S. economy being so low, and they needed to find a way to get back. And that is when Mucci and Rivera decided to host an Investor Day, which turned out to be a huge success. The price of the company's shares fell in value, and what was considered a growth company was now faced with repositioning itself as a value investment, which left investors questioning the company. If Mucci and Rivera didn't act accordingly and quickly, Paychex could have gone out of business and they wouldn't have had a business any longer. However, by acting on the matter quickly, they thought outside of the box and turned their company around. Critical analysis. The PR strategy was used in Paychex was coming up with a creative way to reshape the company and regain the trust of investors. Without thinking outside of the box and doing unique things to reshape their company, they could be without a business if it isn't for what they did. They decided to host their own Investor Day, which turned out to be a huge success for the company. On July 18th, midway through presentations, the share price of Paychex reached a new 52-week trading high. More than 50 members of the investment community attended, and more than 200 others participated in the event via webcast. Something I would do for the following Investor Day events for Paychex would be to host more than one event per year. They saw the success that they got by just hosting one event. Now that they know that they can have success doing them, they should host more events every year. One thing Paychex did really well was coming up with a creative way to reshape their company in a time where the economy wasn't doing them too many favors. They ultimately saved their company by hosting the Investor Day event. Outlook and update. To this day, Paychex is still a functional business that serves small to mid-sized businesses. They serve approximately 67,000 payroll clients a year, 6,700,000 payroll clients a year in the US and Europe. As of yesterday, June 14, 2021, Paychex is worth approximately $37.65 billion. Ever since the first ever Investor Day in 2012, the company shares have been going up and up. Discussion questions. What is something about Investors Day that Paychex could improve on for the next time? What are the advantages for companies like Paychex to host Investor Day? And do you think most investment companies should host some sort of Investor Day to increase their own shares? And that's it.